In an isolated corner of waste ground adjacent to a suburban sports ground in Toker, 16-year-old Billy O'Riordan died while inhaling gas from an ordinary household cylinder. The 19th of April was a warm evening, and while youngsters all over the country were out playing, Billy spent his last few hours huddled in a corner, sniffing gas. His death made no headlines. It rated only a few sentences in a local paper. Last year, 9 young Irish people died from solvent abuse, and Billy is the 5th teenager to die so far this year from the same cause. Billy wasn't the only local boy sniffing gas that evening. It's been a common problem in the area. His mother had always dreaded that this would happen since she first discovered that he was experimenting with solvents.
About 2 years ago, he started sniffing petrol. Nearly petrol. He came in and smelled petrol from him. First he was saying he had been fixing someone's motorbike, or the petrol had spilled, or he was spelling a motorbike or something like that. And I mean, I believed it for ages until I began talking to other mothers and realising. And even through a fear stage, I mean, he had been in hospital last August, 12 months. They had taken a mixture of drink and tablets after having been sniffing that before. But they recommended that day up in the hospital that he would go for psychiatric treatment. But when I went up the following morning, they told me they were leaving him home because they actually had no unit in Cork for him. Had no hassle with him. You never go up looking for him at night. He was around. I mean, he wasn't an angel. I mean, he was going to look like guarding. I mean, I don't think I've had guard like 2 years ago. He was thinking, next after the door is probably going to be a guard. What has he done now, like? I mean, he was quite good. He used to do the maintenance work around the door. He found the letterbox there for him as you go. But about 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, he came in a couple of nights covered with hammerite paint. That's kind of a enamel paint. And he said first that it was work. But I asked him, was he sniffing it? And I had no suspicions then. But he said no, he wasn't.
And did his personality change at all, or was it just what you saw?
Not noticeably this time, no. He definitely, yes, a year and a half ago, he became very aggressive. I mean, at the stage, he was getting careless, I suppose. He was coming in still on a high.
Yeah.
And I really went out. I mean, I was at a stage that time that I was slightly nervous of him. That I wouldn't, you know, if he came in, if he looked for something, I'd give it to him. But I mean, not no. This time there was no. He was quite pleasant. I mean, he'd come in and he'd mind the smaller kids.
Billy was an intelligent and creative boy. Down in his local youth centre, he was remembered particularly for his talent at drawing. This is Billy's wall. The work is startling and imaginative, but also highlights his preoccupation with glue. Youth worker James Furlong knew him well.
For me, you know, he was an extremely intelligent, active young lad, and I think he was bored.
How easy is it for young people around here to get hold of the solvents that they're abusing?
Well, all the products are basically on the shelves in the shops. You find them in the hardware shops and the DIY shops, and even in the stationery shops. And in Cork, all those shops are big enough, so that they're all supermarket type shops. So it's just walk in, and for a lot of them, they'll just walk out with them.
While solvent abuse exists to a degree in most Irish cities, it's far worse in some than in others. According to community workers, it's a seasonal problem, with periodic outbreaks often coinciding with school holidays, and mostly occurring in large, anonymous corporation housing estates. Many children will have begun to experiment while still in primary school, and will go on to develop a serious problem while still in their early teens. Under a railway bridge in Limerick, we watched these 2 young people inhaling glue for almost half an hour. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon when children were coming home from school. One of them noticed us and became extremely agitated. He ran away at first, only to decide later to return and confront us. Were you sniffing?
What?
What were you doing? Were you sniffing down there?
Yeah.
What were you taking?
No.
What sort? Do you do it regularly? Do you do it often?
No, not really.
Like how often? Like how often?
Once in a while.
And where do you get the stuff?
What?
Where do you get it from?
Wait a second now.
Buy it. Can you get it easily?
No.
Is this your mate who's with you?
Yeah.
Were you sniffing glue down there?
What?
What were you taking? What sort of glue was it?
Just plain lipstick.
And where do you get it?
Remember.
Where?
Can't say.
Do you get it from shops though? Is it easy to get?
No, but I have.
Right. You have to, can you buy it or do you have to steal it?
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah. Does it happen a lot around here? Like, would there be many of you lads taking
Okay, what is
it, sniffing it?
Oh, there's a whole lot. About 60.
About 60. And how does it make you feel?
Dead.
Makes you feel dead. When you take it, what happens to you? What's the feeling like?
There's no feeling for it for me no more. At one time there used to be. But not anymore. Now it's just more of depression than anything else.
Depression.
Depression.
So why do you keep taking it?
Well, there's nothing else for me. There's nothing else for me.
Could you describe exactly what the process is when a young person is inhaling a solvent? What is it actually doing to their body?
They